Hello, people. What's up? This is Kathy Walker. Welcome to Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. It's the way it goes here every Saturday night. I'm Kathy Walker. I'm your host. I'm so glad you're here with us live as we go live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on YouTube, why not subscribe? Give me a thumbs up. Hey, put your comments, put your questions
Hello, people. What's up?
in.
This is Kathy
Oh,
Walker. Welcome
whoa.
to Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music
I am getting
Playlist.
feedback from
It's
I
the way
don't
it
know
goes.
where. Why am I hearing me? I should not be hearing me. That is way scary. Okay. We're on some sort of delay, but that's okay. Hopefully you're getting us live and it's all good. That's all we're going to say about it. It's all good and it will be good and we'll make it all right. We will make it all right. Our first song tonight, we kick off, and I'm hopefully we'll have a special guest. Oh, yes, he is in the house. So wait a minute. I think I can get this working. Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's going on? What's good? What's good? What's good?
It's all good.
Oh, all right.
I put something in my mouth, and
We'll make it all right.
since we're doing Prince, I have my purple rain shirt on.
Tonight we kick off.
Hold on a second. Let me do this.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll have
Okay,
this.
because for some reason I'm getting sound from you, and I'm not even getting the picture from me, but that's okay. I don't even know if I
I'm,
have a
I'm
picture.
on, I'm on. I'm on a delay because I got us on Facebook and they're behind. But right now, I'm talking. Can you see me
Oh yeah, I can see you, and
on
I just
Facebook?
don't
No,
know
no
how it looks.
show on
You know what?
Facebook.
Let me check my YouTube channel and see how it looks over there, and see if we're jamming. I just had to turn the sound off on my computer, so maybe if we're up there, uh, it's rocking, it's rolling, it's moving, it's going. I don't know what it looks like, but we'll check it out.
Delay
We'll
because I got
see.
us on Facebook and they're behind. But right now, I'm talking. Can you see me?
I can see you and I can hear you, so it's all good. It's not on the stream. I don't know what's going on there, or at least I'm not moving.
That's me. Hi, I'm Kenny Walker. I'm Kathy's brother, and I'm here to help her with this live today. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know how this is working out. I don't know how this is looking. But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have lots of fun all over the place. So, yeah. Okay. So, I don't know what the sound is right now. I don't know what's going on. Um,
I got the picture.
oh, you got the picture? Okay, because you're black. Well, you're black, but your
I'm
side of the
black.
screen is
Stand
black.
out.
Yeah, you know.
So, hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all fun.
Mhm.
And so we're talking Prince. Now, Prince in the 80s, because again, it's Kathy's infant. Are you eating on the middle of my stream?
No,
What up with that?
I'm sorry. It just they made me these really good stuffed shells. I'm sorry. Okay. Am I allowed to drink? I'm drinking out of my Batman cup.
Oh my goodness. I just don't know. I don't
I thought
know.
this was a very relaxed show. So what's our first song?
I for some reason I don't have video, but I guess I have sound. You can hear me though.
I
Is
can I
that
can
right?
I can, I can hear you, but I can't see you. But what's our first Prince song?
Oh,
Okay,
my first Prince
just
song, and it's already posted on the Facebook page. It's "When Doves Cry," because and again,
before
we
we,
have rights to the music, but we're just enjoying it and hanging
okay,
out with the music and with the song. And "When Doves Cry" was from Purple Rain, and actually that video came out before the movie even came out.
yep,
So that was some pretty cool stuff. Hey, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room for just a second to see if I can get um, my
okay, go ahead, do it.
to see if I can get my video back. For some reason,
Yeah, 'cause you have no video.
it's just me, my brick wall, and my lips kinda going, "Ooh," and my
Yeah,
is really bright. Bringing my lighting down just a scotch. Okay. I don't get it. I don't know why it's doing that. That is
Mhm.
odd, 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 odd. All right. So we got, you know, it's what happens on the video stream. I think my sound is good. It's just that my
Yeah, it sounds
I
good.
don't
It's just
know.
me telling.
Oh, all right.
This
Just
sounds good though.
master. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is the when doves cry, when they released this before the movie even came out, I think this video came out first. Is that correct, or do you remember?
I don't remember, but I think so. And fun personal fact about this movie is it is Purple Rain. At the time, Prince did the Purple Rain tour, and Kathy and I both in Philadelphia were at that Purple Rain tour.
Okay. Oh yeah. Was it Purple Rain or 1999?
It was Purple Rain we saw. There you go. You're back up there.
Oh,
It
I'm
was
back.
Purple Rain. It was Purple Rain that we saw. Because I remember, because it was you, me, Carol Chandler, and the girlfriend I had at the time, Portia. And
Ah,
we all went to see um, the Purple Rain tour with Sheila E. opening where the lights went dark and then she had the light up sticks and everything else. And it was awesome. And then
Sheila
at the
E.
end, we
on
all came out
drums
together.
with the sticks, the glowing. I mean, the spectrum
Oh,
was
yeah.
dark,
Yeah.
and all you
Yeah.
saw was Sheila E. on them drumsticks. Ooh, ooh,
And
oh,
I
that
think you
takes
were,
me back.
yeah. And I remember you had the album that she came out with that and you played that infinitely.
Oh, I love that album. Oh, that Sheila
Yeah.
E.
Yeah.
album.
You're probably the only person that knows the words to Bella St. Martin.
The
Yeah.
Bella St. Mart. Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
probably am.
Yeah.
And
You
I will
probably are.
own that.
Yeah,
I am
you
that is my
all the words
girl,
to that.
Sheila E.
Yes, yes, and but anyway, yeah, Purple Rain. I believe the video. Let me see. I'm trying to get myself centered. I believe the video was out before the movie, and it was there were some scenes from the movie in the video, but it wasn't. It wasn't like most of the video was him in the Revolution in a space.
Yeah. Well, again, yeah, most of the video was him in the Revolution. They did show clips from the movie, and it was kind of like the tease to the movie. But you know, my big pet peeve with the movie too is the whole scene where the father gets shot and he's thinking about it and going back and forth in his head, and they show the outline of the body. But usually, you only outline a body if somebody dies. So what's that about?
Yeah, I know. Well, he did eventually die. Fun
Not in
fact
the
about since
movie.
I'm such a big Prince fan, since I'm such a big Prince fan, um, he mentions Purple Rain in one of his newest songs in the 2000s. He came
Mhm.
out with an album called Rave Until Joy is Fantastic. I think it's about 2000.
Hey, is that
And
the one did Sheryl Crow do a song with him on that
yes,
album?
yes, yes.
It
Baby
was a
News. He
remake.
did Baby News. Yes. No,
Oh,
he did Sheryl Crow's song Winding Road. He remade that. But then
oh,
Sheryl
Every
Crow was
Day
on
is a
another.
Winding Road.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
and Sheryl Crow was on another song with him called "Baby Knows," where she was in that song, and I believe she played harmonica in that song too. But
I
also from that album, I'm sorry, from that album, there's a song with Prince and Chuck D called "Undisputed," and there's a remix of that song where they go and he says, like Clarence said, all my songs sound different, don't you know? So it's he mentions Purple Rain and his Clarence, his dad. All my songs sound different because it was a line in Purple Rain where he goes, they all sound different, like So
talk about
okay,
his
that's just a
dad.
little fun
Hey,
fact.
hey, just taking just a shout out for the comments joining us here tonight in Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. We're featuring the music of Prince, chatting a little bit about him during the 80s and in music. Hey, Natalie, shout out to Natalie. Hey, I saw you did your run yesterday. Uh, I run with Mod 2.23 miles with the pups, and great to see you here. And also, shout out
Yo!
for the chat, yo, to my nephew George, daddy to be any day now. I guess by the end of this month, Kenny, you will be a grandfather. You will be old as heck.
I am
You
not
better stop
old.
eating on my stream. I'm about to turn you
Okay,
off now.
okay, okay. I got one more bite left, but okay. Look, the fact that George never seen a Prince movie, I don't know why he calling me out like that, but that is not my fault.
Well, that's your son, and you claim to be this big
My,
Prince fan, and your son
I,
has
I
seen
am, but you know what? When the boy wanted to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol in the middle of July, I didn't have time to fit Prince in.
Well, again, I took him to see Spice Girls, Spice World. So, hey, I paid the price,
Yeah, and
and I can
I'm
make
sure he
no
does
no
not want
claims
that.
about his
I'm,
musical taste at
yeah,
this point.
I'm
Although I
sure
have
he
to tell
does
you, one
not
day we
want
had
that.
we had lunch at Five Brothers, and he was sharing with me some stuff on his iPod, and oh, he just had some really good musical choices and tastes. So I
He got
attribute
some.
that to him being my nephew, not him being your son. So there you
Yeah,
go.
well, he's got some good taste in music. Some, not just a little, just a little.
Oh, Natalie's commenting, "No way." Natalie's like, "No way, George. Yes, way, George. He is going to be a father by the end of this month." And
Yes.
again,
Actually, the baby's due on May the 12th.
May the 12th. Whoa, we're
Yeah,
talking a
baby's,
week. Oh my
no, yeah,
gosh,
we're talking in 3 days. The baby's due in 3 days.
I am too
The baby,
young
the
to
baby's gonna
to
call me. The baby's gonna
huh?
call me K-pop. The baby's gonna call me
K-pop.
K-pop.
Is that a Japanese
K-pop.
thing? That's
No, it's just my name's Kenny, so K-pop, K-pop.
K-pop. Well, K-pop, I see you have your Purple Rain t-shirt on. I don't even think I still have my Purple Rain t-shirt.
You know, one of the girls bought me this as a Father's Day gift about a year ago.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I-
from the original concert. If that was from the original
No,
concert, that's
oh
like,
no, it
whoa.
wouldn't. It would. I put on 1 or 2 pounds. It would not fit me.
But hey, but still, it is all good. That is so
The song.
awesome. I don't know if you can see in the comments. George is laughing. Uh, uh, Tuesday, I'm going to be a great aunt
Yeah, I
by
can see the
Tuesday.
comment.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I need some more
Natalie,
time.
Natalie, K-pop. Once you say it, Natalie, once you say K-pop more, it'll ring. You'll like it. You'll
K
like it, Natalie.
K-pop or K-poop, if anybody follows you
K-pop,
on
K-pop.
Facebook
Once
and
you hear it more,
your tuna
it's
fish
gonna
and
K-pop, K-pop. Yeah.
that'll be something to see, and hopefully before the end of the year, we will get to see. I'm very excited, and, once again, George, congratulations, and yay, and Kenny, congratulations. You're gonna be a grandfather.
All
No,
right, let that
you're
go and
saying
play the game.
K-pop, he's gonna
Play
be
the
like,
song. Play the song.
"Granddaddy."
Let that,
And you're
let that
growing the
go.
beard
Play
to
the
go
song.
with it. All right, let's get back to the playlist. This is Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. So glad for those of you who are coming into our little world to watch. And basically, if you follow us on Facebook, we're sending links out. And if you are on YouTube, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button, give us a thumbs up. Just some fun stuff we're doing here that we're in quarantine. If you're like a lot of the country and the world, a lot of us are staying safe at home. If you are venturing out, you're wearing your mask. Oh, Kenny, I have other masks to send you, and I have to put them in the mail. I'm sorry, I've been remiss, but I will get those mailed out to you. And
Oh, thank you very
thank
much.
you again to Natalie for the mask that she made and shared with our family, and they are getting used very much. So we appreciate it. Oh, wait, what is it? We got a question. What about Pawpaw? You
Who
don't
said
want to
that?
be Pawpaw?
No, no, I want to be K-pop.
But you don't get to decide. Usually it's the kid who gets to decide. Because I know,
That's what I'm
when
talking about.
I was young, I decided that's why we had a me mom and a pop pop because
Yeah, well,
pretty much I was the first grandchild, so I decided.
yeah, I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna make him call me K-pop. He's gonna try to call me something else,
Oh,
and I'm
no,
gonna
this
say
is it. K Diddy.
no, 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 no.
No, I think
No.
it should be K Granddaddy. Oh, Natalie, I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
and George is telling you K-pop is Korean pop music, okay?
It's
So
not. It's not yeah,
it's not the name for a grandchild, it's Korean pop music.
it's K-pop.
Oh, we are here in the Infinite Playlist. We're talking about Prince's movies and music in the 80's, and one of his, uh, again, hits from the movie Purple Rain was a song that actually got Prince not in trouble so much as for the whole music industry. It actually led to a change because I believe it was Al Gore's wife who took up this cause of actually putting those little black stickers on albums because of content. And the song that did that was Prince's Darling Nikki, if you remember that. And again, we don't have rights to the music, so that's why we're not playing the videos. But
And
again,
darling,
if you check the
and
Facebook page, we are sharing the links with you.
comparably, right now, Darling Nikki is not that bad compared to what's going out right now. But it is what it is. Keep it moving.
Is what? I didn't
It
hear
is
you.
what it is. Keep it moving. I said, comparably, Darling Nikki isn't as bad as the songs that are out now.
Oh, no. I mean, now you hear a lot of the language, and I think some of that shift, maybe it was a backlash because we had to put those labels on the albums, but, it seems like in the '90s, you had a lot of music that, was breaking out and, had to be censored and had to have radio edits, and,
On on
thing
on,
that
on a
comes to
side,
mind is too, there was a lot of female singers that were just angry as heck and who weren't gonna take it anymore. Alanis Morissette, it's like, just the language now is ridiculous, and if you listen to hardcore hip hop, I can't even half the time. I
okay,
just
just so you know, my
mhm,
upcoming my upcoming album that I'm bringing out has the same label on it. So on paper, my spoken word album has that
mhm.
same label on it because I have a potty mouth.
Ooh, okay, so
I'm sorry.
and nice way to wedge in a plug. Uh, and do you have, oh, see, I wish you had a picture of the cover we could pop up 'cause, the album is called Throwing Paper, is that correct?
Yeah,
Is that
throwing paper, and George did the artwork for it.
okay, there you go. So the artwork done by his son, my nephew, George O'Connell, and it's called Throwing Paper. It's spoken word and music. And that album is, I know you were planning to do like a release party and different things, but with
Yeah, with
um,
COVID-19, we weren't able to do
COVID-19
that.
and
So
like plans had to
it kind of
change.
it kind of
So I
messed
don't know if
up.
it's going to be a virtual thing or not.
Yeah, it was going to be a virtual thing, but we still can't do it yet. So I'm sorry. I'm looking down. I'm inviting people to this thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm,
Hey, way
inviting,
to
I'm,
go.
I'm online inviting people to what we're doing.
Oh, cool, cool. 'Cause, yeah, we got a couple people watching and
You know,
Natalie says she loves the artwork, George, so and I think your logo on or your Facebook, profile picture has the artwork, is that correct, or are you
yes, yes. My
posting it?
profile picture has the artwork. Kenny KP Walker Jr.
Okay.
So okay, so back to Prince.
Okay.
Um,
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the screens to read the comments. So that's why I'm not ignoring you. I see you. I hear you. And
okay,
again,
I'm used to
folks
being
listening,
ignored.
if you're listening to us as we stream live on YouTube, by all means, click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, give us a like, give us one of those care hugs. Hey, anything to let us know that you're out there. We love it. We got a couple loves and some likes, so we appreciate it. And I thank you for tuning in. A little something I do here for Saturday night, Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. We talk all about movies and music from the 80s and anything else. As you can see, we're having family time now. My brother Kenneth Walker is joining me. He is the artist coming out with his own work. His album is due out later this year. It's called Throwing Paper. It's spoken word and poetry. And again, we're here to answer questions. If you have a thought, if you even want to come on the broadcast, all of it's possible. So, yeah, we are happy that you're here, but go ahead, Kenny.
Okay, so we're starting off with When Doves Cry.
Okay. Yeah, we started off with Ducks Cry. We went into Darling Nikki. Um, but George is asking a question. Are we going to talk about Prince's While My Guitar Gently Weeps performance?
That
And
wasn't in the
that
80s, George, and it wasn't in one of his movies.
was
It
he
wasn't in the
said no,
80s.
'cause it wasn't
It
in one
wasn't in
of
one of
his
his
movies,
movies. They're out of pocket.
but I mean, come on, that performance was getting a lot of play, back
Yes.
on April 21st, which was the 4th anniversary of his death, and it was from a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance, and actually watching it is kinda heartbreaking because when you see, like, Tom Petty and you're just like all this talent on that stage and that, so many of them have passed away, but, again, a lot of people
Yeah,
think of Prince and they
it was,
think of the personality and the high heels, the androgyny, but
well,
Prince
the
on that
mystery of,
guitar is
yeah,
amazing. Huh?
and the mystery on that whole performance is where did the guitar go after he was done? He threw it up and you never saw it again. It never came down. The man was dead. It
I'm
was
not
like
quite
they said.
sure.
It was like they said when Prince was on that TV show, The New Girl, and they said, "How'd you know the words to the song?" And she goes, "I don't know. I think Prince is magic. He's magic."
He's
Guitar
mad.
went up,
I know
came
George
down.
said the same thing. He threw the guitar up in the air and it just never came down. It's
Yeah,
just one of those
it never
magical
came
Prince things. We have no control over it. We don't know why. Um, we talked a lot about Purple Rain, but that was not his only movie in the 1980s. He also was featured in his next movie was a movie that I guess it started out with one director, but then Prince wound up taking over the reins, and that was Under the Cherry Moon, which didn't have the same
down.
success as Purple Rain. And I'm sorry,
It
Kenny, I
kind of,
know you don't want to hear this, but sometimes when you take the reins and when you decide to do everything, you might
oh,
not get the
wait a
best results.
minute. That movie was pretty good.
Okay, I know you love Under the Cherry Moon, but again, I have to warn the audience that your taste in movies, again, my brother
Wait a minute.
thinks
What?
that the best musical is Grease 2. I'm just going to
Yeah,
leave
one
it
of the best
there.
ones is Grease 2. Grease 2 is way better than Grease 1. Don't get me started. Grease 2 is better. Come on. Reproduction, reproduction. See what happens when a guy and girl don't know how to. Yeah, come on. Reproduction. I want a cool rider,
I
and the
don't know what to
cool.
do with that. I really don't know what to do with that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're talking
So,
about Prince.
hey, how about the songs from Under the Cherry Moon? What song worked for you? What
You need another lover like you need a hole in your head.
ah
And
um
boys and girls. But when we talk about Under the Cherry Moon, I'd be very remiss if I didn't talk about um, after Prince passed, the Revolution toured, and Cassie and I saw the Revolution in Philadelphia. as they toured. And I guess the most heartfelt performance of the night was Wendy and Lisa. Everybody leaving the stage. Wendy and Lisa on the stage alone. And Wendy tells a story on how they helped Prince write Sometimes It Snows in April and the experience they had writing that. And Wendy and Lisa did Sometimes It Snowed in April. And it might not have been a dry eye in the room.
I I don't think there was. I know I was crying, and, that was truly magical. If I could say one thing about, when people talk about, the new normal, the one thing I cannot wait to get back to is live performance. I think I'm so thankful that I got to do a play and perform on stage, and as a person who's done stand-up comedy and done theater, and there's nothing like the live audience, and I just know that that night, when we were down at I don't what's the theater in Philly that we went to? I can't remember.
Um, was that the well, TLA?
TLA? Okay, yeah, the TLA in
TLA?
Philadelphia, which, it's like a standing room only. It's a very small, intimate place. See the Revolution performing those Prince songs and telling those stories. And you're right, sometimes it snows in April, not a dry eye in the house. Now, another song that was on, I believe, on the soundtrack, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, was is it this Sheena Easton song, "You Got the Look"?
That was not on that.
That was not on the Under the Cherry Moon soundtrack?
No. You Got to Look was in the Sign of the Times movie.
Oh, you know
The
what? I'm
Sign
out
of
of
the Times
order.
documentary.
I'm sorry,
You
I
yeah.
just posted
You
"You
got
Got the
to
Look." I'm out of order, but you're
yeah.
right. One of my favorite songs, from well, actually, there's a couple songs. The most popular song, I think, from Under the Cherry Moon was, "Kiss."
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one everybody knows.
Now,
And
if you ever download Kiss from like Spotify or something like that, do yourself a big favor and get the extended mix. The extended mix is extremely funky and really good, and you hear a little bit of the extended mix in the movie, but just like a teeny bit. And I think there's the video with the extended mix also, but the extended mix is great for Kiss. Oh my God, it's awesome. You will not be disappointed.
the the Spotify extended mix. And speaking of Spotify, for those of you who have been checking us out, this is actually our fifth week of doing Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. And I know my brother goes, "Well, it's not infinite. It's only a certain amount of movies, but I don't care. I'm making it infinite." Um, if you go to Spotify, and we'll post the link to it on Facebook as well, there is a playlist for a lot of the songs that we talk about and feature here in the playlist. Once again, it's Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. You can search that in Spotify. And speaking of which, I'm going to have to go back and find that it's an extended mix of Kiss. Hey, tell me, you know what? This boy, you know what? I'm featuring him on my show, and he doesn't even have the decency to stay in frame. Not only
Come
that,
on!
he starts eating when he's supposed to be on. Lord have mercy. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. See, you got Natalie
I'm
laughing
trying.
and crying
I'm trying. I'm
because
trying.
once again, hi George, hi Natalie. Thanks for being here. We got some other folks here in the room. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. We're just
Featuring
sitting and
Brother Kenny.
chatting movies. This week we're featuring. Last week it was Kenny Loggins versus Irene Cara. Irene Cara won, by the way. Um,
Wait. I have problems and I have questions. I have
sure,
many questions.
go ahead.
I know Irene Cara won because you're a big Irene Cara fan.
I did a poll.
But how
She
did
won the
she win
poll.
that? How she won the poll?
Yes.
Who was this is like a Florida election. Who was in charge of the poll? Like I
But you could take that to the Supreme Court. But you know what? Oh, see, George is calling you out. This man's always eating. Yeah, we're trying to do a live stream and you eating.
Yeah, because George will call me from. We'll be talking from
See,
Japan, and
and
I'll be
see,
eating.
and my good friend and my mean buddy who I miss, Mr. Bruce Roberts. He said, "Look at you! You're eating, you're drinking, you're flashing all your Batman gear. You're like one of his students in a Zoom meeting. You're just practicing some bad Zoom etiquette."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, if you're following us on Facebook, we're listing some of the videos that we're talking about right now. Kiss and Under the Cherry Moon, as we talk about the movies and music of Prince during the 80s. And again, his big debut was in Purple Rain, followed by Under the Cherry Moon. And another song from that. Now, hopefully, I have the right album, Mountains. I don't know why I love that song.
Mountains is from Under the Cherry Moon,
Awesome.
and Mountains was I think a very good video. I love the video for Mountains.
The video from
Um,
Mountains Rock. So we're gonna post that too on the link. So
is there
yeah, go ahead, talk to
is
me.
there is there a video for? Oh, there's a video for Boys and Girls.
Oh, Boys and
It's pretty
Girls is
funny.
another one. You know what I liked about Boys and Girls because it had that I don't know where he's speaking French during the song at certain points. So
Yeah,
yeah, it had a very kind of
but
international feel, if you will. Hmm?
Boys and Girls led into and when people seen Under the Cherry Moon, the one scene that everybody talk one of the one scenes that everybody talks about um um leads into him doing Boys and Girls in the movie. And
That's
um
just a word from George. Hey, good
I
night,
know.
George.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming on. I don't know
All
what
right,
time
dear.
it is there.
No, it's in the morning. It's early in the morning there.
Oh,
He's a
oh, it's
married
early
man.
in the morning.
Yeah, it's in the morning there. I'm sure his wife has things for him to do.
Okay. He's
He's
he's got those
he's
teeth.
you know but anyway, don't take words from me. I'm divorced. But in Boys and Girls, the famous scene in that movie was a scene from they're in the restaurant before they sing Boys and Girls, where they try to make Mary, Jerome, and Princess Christopher Tracy's character, and what is Jerome's character Tricky, were trying to tease Mary, and they were asking her, trying to prove she wasn't funky and she wasn't down, and they, put record store on a piece of paper for them to record store on a piece of paper for her to read. And she's like, record store, record store, record store. And she's like, what does it mean? And they laugh, and every time she says record store, and they tell her to say it louder. And he goes, if you want to buy a Sam Cooke album, where would you go? And she just goes,
Hey, you
record
were making a comment earlier about you watched the Sam Cooke documentary on
Oh,
Netflix.
yes. Yes, yes. I highly recommend this documentary.
What was the
It
name of
is
it?
it was the two killings of Sam Cooke. And
Mhm.
it pretty much and they also mentioned Prince in this documentary because they said Sam Cooke was the kind of guy who might have inspired somebody like Sam Cooke because when he was towards the end, Sam Cooke, Prince and Michael Jackson were both alive and probably kids, and Sam Cooke was on like the Ed Sullivan Show or different or American Bandstand, and they said back in those days when black people were on these shows that they normally weren't on, black people would gather to watch this show. So, to see the person, with Temptations were on TV and all. But anyway, Sam Cooke is pretty much about. It says the two killings of Sam Cooke because basically they're trying to say he died twice because he was killed physically and also his because he was a civil rights activist and he was a smart businessman who did a lot of business things that weren't normal for black businessmen at that time and entertainers at that time. He was a little bit ahead of his time because he was trying to get his own rights and everything else more than most people, and he was on his way to doing that because he owned his own label at one point, and so it was like the two like he wouldn't sell out, and he was always pro black, and they wanted to kill him in that way. So they killed him physically, but they killed him. They tried to kill him morally by his death being kind of shrouded in mystery, and saying that he did something that everybody who knew him said, "Nah, he didn't. That
Mhm.
wasn't fair. He wouldn't have done that." So, you know, Two Killings of Sam Cooke.
The Two
Highly
Killings
recommend.
of Sam Cooke, I gotta check that out. Definitely gotta check that out. So, on after Under the Cherry Moon, I guess the next Prince movie release would be, um,
No,
Sign
at a time.
Sign of the Time. So what signature song would you say comes from Sign of the Time?
Well, um, it's kind of hard because you have so many on there. You have
The
Sign of the
one
Times.
the Sign of the Times, definitely.
You have
Um,
Sign of the Times.
where he
You have You
and
Got the Look.
You Got the Look, I think, is probably the one that was the biggest hit if
Yeah,
you
that was probably the biggest hit.
in terms
You have
of
yeah.
charting.
You have
And also,
Everything
well,
Man.
the one we're featuring next up on the playlist, and if you're on Facebook, why not give us a like, one of the hugs, a heart, anything. If you are watching us live stream on YouTube, consider hitting the subscribe button. We do it every Saturday, and that way you'll get a notice, and give us a thumbs up. Also, it's going to be a beautiful night. What about that one? That's a great
Oh,
one.
I love It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night. I
We got
love that song.
we got a
That's one
link
of the first
to a live version of that one, so it's going to be a beautiful night. And again, it's Saturday night. It's always a beautiful night. And when we come together to just talk movies, music, and 80s, this week it's all Prince talk and with my special guest. And again, my brother Kenneth Walker, he is a spoken word artist whose album called Throwing Paper is coming out later this year. So when that comes out, he will definitely, I'm sure, be back to kind of chat with us and maybe that's music we could play right on the show and not have to worry about copyrights.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
know.
play
What do
the
you,
clean we'll play the
we'll
clean
play the
stuff.
clean version. Yes, it
Perfect.
definitely has to be the clean version. Oh
Yeah,
no, no,
80s.
huh?
It's not 80s. And I'll come back anytime you want me to.
Oh no, yeah, you have to come back. This is a lot of fun. I'm like uh super excited that we kind of figured out the technology a little bit to kind of to get you in here live. We had been
Yeah.
using Ecamm Live, but now we're using StreamYard. So that's kind of fun and kind of cool. Again, if you follow me on Facebook, you can check out the links for some of the songs that we've been talking about. If you have questions about Prince's music, Prince's movies, and again, we're moving through his 80s oeuvre. So we're talking um, Purple Rain, Under the Cherry Moon, Sign of the Times that was actually released in theaters, but was basically kind of a concert performance that featured and one of the songs, one of Prince's ballads that I love. My favorite Prince
Is what?
ballad is actually it's the B side of 1999. Do you know what the B side of 1999 is? Does
Um,
anybody out there know? Hold on,
hold
give them a minute because they might have it in the comments. Does anybody know the B side of 1999? Oh, by the way, oh snap! Here you go. Natalie says, and she's checking us
on.
out. Uh, you have to be pawpaw. You're a pawpaw now, so you have to. It has to be clean stuff. So just know that when the album comes out. I don't tell you
Well,
what. But nobody knows the B side of and don't go Googling it. Are you Googling it?
no, I'm looking at the comments.
Okay. Oh, you're reading the comments. Okay. I thought you were Googling it. No, the B side of 1999 was a Prince ballad called How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. It was actually remade more recently in the 2000s by Alicia Keys, and she does a very nice version of it, but it's a nice little song with him just Prince and the piano, and just like
So
Prince and the guitar on something like While My Guitar Gently Weeps, this
I
man was just so talented. You didn't need a whole lot of the fluff and the production because you could
we
strip it down and it would still be awesome.
we are missing a movie that Prince did the music to in the 80s.
I do have one more.
Okay, go ahead. Because a friend of mine on here, Joe, mentioned it.
Oh, wait, did I
And
miss
that
it? Did he put it in the comments? I didn't
he
see
put
it.
comments, but he put Bat Dance in the comments.
Okay, well, yeah, that's the last one. We were
Okay,
trying to go kind of chronological, man.
okay, I'm
That
sorry.
dance came out in
I,
1989. I
I'm
don't
just
just jump on here live and just wing it. I got videos
okay,
lined up, my friend. I do
okay,
some
my
research.
bad, my bad. I'm out of pocket. I'm out of pocket. My bad, my
You
bad.
are way out of pocket, son.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, we were still talking about Sign of the Times and making sure that we hit all those songs. Uh,
I have a great story. I have a great story about a song from Sign of the Times.
well, you know what? I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna let you have the whole screen. You can share your story. I'm gonna post the link to some of the songs we're talking about, as well as our link to the Spotify playlist. You are listening and tuning in for Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. I thank you so much for being here. If you're checking us out on YouTube, consider hitting the subscribe button. Give us a like. If you're on Facebook, give us a little care hug. We thank you so much for being here. If you got questions, throw them in the comments. We'd love to give it a
All
try.
the questions. All the
Okay, but
questions.
no, you go.
So, okay, so Sign of the Times has a song called Hot Thing on it. And Hot Thing is a great song. Hot Thing is a great song to hear. Um, I was at an event, and there was a very attractive young lady that I knew because I do these events and I do these spoken word events and everything like that. And I go to these events. And there's a very attractive lady I knew that I knew from other events who was talking to me at the event, and we were hanging out and whatnot. And then, after we left, and I had to take the speed line from Philly to Jersey. And she left before me, and I was, being me, talking to people. I had my headphones on, my MP3 player, and I'm walking down in my MP3 player, and I'm walking down the steps to speed line, and on the platform there's a whole bunch of people, and Hot Thing comes on my headpiece in the song, and as I'm walking down, Hot Thing comes on, and the very attractive girl that I was talking to at the event was in the middle platform. She saw me walk down. She turned around. She gave me this big smile and waved me over to come hang out with her on the train as we go to Jersey. And that was my like every nothing going on romantic with me and this young lady, but every time I think of Hot Thing and I hear that song now, I think of that really beautiful girl on the platform of the train as I'm coming down, and hearing Hot Thing and seeing this very attractive young lady. And that's my Hot Thing story.
Really? Oh
It's so
man,
funny. It's so funny.
I
That's a
you're
good
not
Hot Thing
funny.
story.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So okay, as we move through the 80s, Batman, the soundtrack was
Wait a minute. Wait
performed.
a minute. Wait a
Oh,
minute. I
okay,
want to
wait a
say
minute.
something.
Okay. Because
'Cause I want to
I
answer
had a
some of the
bonus
comments.
track too, but the bonus track I was saving towards the end. But go ahead.
I want to ask something. It's kind of my friend. I grew up. One of my oldest friends. I grew
Mhm.
up with Bruce Raymond Coles. He says his favorite track, his favorite ballad from Prince, is "Adore," which happens to be on "Sign of the Times."
Uh, and actually, that was that was actually the next song that I posted. Adore. I actually wanted to finish in with Adore, but I've realized that wasn't going to be in order because next to How Come You Don't Call Me? That's see, you got me all off track. N- How come you
That's
don't
what I
call me
do.
anymore?
I like to mix things up. I'm fun like that. I mix things up. Ooh, is he over here? Is he over there? What's he doing next? Wow, you never know.
Okay, what if he's just gone? Okay, no.
Wow, wow, that's deep. That's deep. That's cold. That's cold.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, but that's fun. Anyway, how come you don't call me anymore? One of my favorite Prince ballads, but the next ballad that I really love by Prince is "Adore." That is just classic Prince, and that is from Sign of the Times. That link is on the Facebook page, so please check out
My
that song as
my
well.
favorite line from Adore. My favorite line from Adore is when he says, um, "Smash up my ride," and he stopped. Well, maybe not my ride, but I got to have your face all over the
But,
place. He's like, "Smash up my ride." Oh, maybe
but
not the
maybe not
ride,
the ride. Yeah.
but I got to have your face all over the place.
But
And
again,
then at the end, when he goes, "Oh, dude, I'll be there for you, baby." Yeah, I like that part.
okay. Are you done? Because I don't want to step on your
Okay,
magic,
okay.
but that is the magic of Prince, that he just uh, his words could paint such vivid pictures and just take you to a place, and that emotion that he would get, especially when he started singing in that falsetto. Oh man, you had to enjoy that. So by the end of the 80's, we come to 1989, and that is when Prince did the soundtrack from Batman and Bat Dance. Definitely the definitive song, I think, from that album. And I know you're not a fan of him, but I love me some Howard Stern, and he declares that that is the best motion picture soundtrack of all time is Prince's Bat Dance, and he doesn't hesitate to kind of play clips from it and and just and oh, there's Natalie. She loves Adore as well.
Everybody loves Adore.
Adore,
Do
yeah.
you, you loving my rendition of Adore? Until the end of time,
Well,
I'll
no,
be there.
that didn't get as many
No,
thumbs up
you're not
as
digging
you would think. No, no.
falsetto was never my key anyway. But anyway, Bat Dance. Let's talk about Batman album. The Batman album, Prince doing that was just incredible. It was an incredible album. He used clips from the movie in a lot of the songs. I'll argue to say that one of the coolest songs on the whole album is actually a song called Vicky. It wasn't really popular because Bat Dance was popular and Arms of Orion was popular and but one of the I think one of my opinion one of the best songs on the album was a song called Vicky Waiting.
Oh, okay. I Whoa. We get that was some funky feedback. Is that me or is that you? What do you got going on there?
Oh, no, I don't know. That probably was you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay.
Okay, that's not Prince. Now
No, no.
you okay, love
Oh,
me some
Party
Bat
Man. Bruce
Dance,
is saying about
but don't
Party Man.
sleep. Oh, Party
Party Man.
Man.
Party Man was a good song. Party Man was a good song. Um, Lemon Crush, I think, might have been better than Party Man.
Party Man
Lemon.
was I do like Party Man.
Well, Party Man became popular because that's the scene where they broke into the museum and destroyed the museum and killed everybody except for Vicky.
Except for Vicky Vale.
So and it's a very sadistic poster. He goes and Bob was about to um, destroy it, and he's like, "Wait a minute, Bob." I kind of like that one, and it was like very demented, bloody picture. So, and the Batman movie itself, I just want to mention something off a little bit off topic of the Prince
Hey,
in his soundtrack, but the Batman movie itself, Bob got the short end of the stick of the whole movie because he was killed by his supposedly best friend out of nowhere. So yeah, Bob should be memorialized for that. Anyway,
so Tell me something. Of the Batman movies and remakes, which one do you deem the best? And again, you got to take into consideration that it doesn't have Prince, even if it didn't have Prince music. What's your favorite Batman? I got to work on my
My
life.
favorite
I'm
Batman
super
movie.
red. Yeah.
I don't.
How about those
I'm gonna.
listening out there? Why don't you list your favorite Batman movie
Well,
in the comments?
My favorite Batman movie. There was no favorite Batman movie. My favorite Batman was Ben Affleck because, but he had to do a whole movie on his own. My favorite Batman movie. Um, I'm gonna easily say it was the one with Val Kilmer because I think Val Kilmer was the second best Batman other than Ben Affleck.
Oh, I wasn't a fan of the Val Kilmer Batman. I don't know
Yes,
what
the
it
Val
was.
Kilmer, and you know, and that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. But Val Kilmer did a better Bruce Wayne to Batman ratio.
Okay, I wasn't a fan of Ben Affleck. I actually liked the George Clooney, and I know that's not a popular opinion, but hey,
Oh, oh, oh.
what?
This is going to be a disclaimer. Cassie's adopted.
What?
Anytime you say over everything else,
Oh,
you like
you know
you
what?
like the George
And
Clooney.
both of us are wrong because Bruce Roberts, and he knows 80s. Trust me. This
Yeah.
man he can make a mean meme, and he knows his 80s. The 1989 Michael Keaton is the best Batman and best
Okay.
Batman in the
Let me
movie.
tell Bruce. Bruce, let me talk to you, Bruce Roberts. Let me explain this to you. Michael Keaton did a better job than we expected because everybody, when we found out Michael Keaton was going to be Bruce Wayne Batman, everybody's like, "But that's Mr. Mom. He can't be Batman. That's Mr. Mom." And he was actually good as Batman. His problem with that role and his acting in that was that he played Bruce Wayne too much like Batman. As Bruce Wayne, he was too inquisitive and he was too much like Batman as Bruce Wayne, so there was no separation. So that was the problem with Michael Keaton's Batman.
No nods to Adam West. Okay. You know who else doesn't agree with you? Natalie, because she says 89 Michael Keaton is the best. So we are both wrong. There you go. It's all about it is all about Michael Keaton.
They're wrong.
Thermodynamics.
They are wrong. I am right
Okay.
because I am the biggest Batman fan, plus the biggest Prince fan.
Well, we
So I
we
know.
we see your Batman blanket in the back, and I know you
My
had your
Batman
Batman
blanket right
cup.
here.
Yeah.
I have my
Okay.
Batman. I have my Batman action figure somewhere around here.
Okay. But I saw you with your cup too in your hand too. Wasn't that a
Yes,
Batman
yes,
cup?
yes. Oh, we're not allowed to drink on the show.
You know
No.
what? You've been drinking, you've been eating, you've been talking nonsense. So I guess you
Okay.
can on this show. Uh I just think it's funny. See, I'm not the one adopted. Natalie knows it's K Diddy, and that's what your name is gonna be, whether you like it or not.
No, can I hate?
You
I
are
can't
adopted.
stand. Don't do that, Nelly. I can't stand P Diddy. So P,
You
P
won't be
Diddy is the reason
K-pop.
that rap music is the way it is now. So
Uh, you'll be K Diddy.
yeah. All right.
Oh, I think that's funny. But in any case, this is Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. If you have movie questions, 80s questions, music questions, by all means, pop them in the comments. If you have comments, pop them in the comments. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like, give us a hug, give us just something to let us know you're out there. If
Like
you're
this.
checking us out on YouTube, why not subscribe? We talk 80s movie music every Saturday night and other fun stuff. We're going to be throwing some videos out there for you too to have some fun with and kind of take you back in the day. And so consider subscribing. I am Kathy Walker, your host. Joining me today, my special guest, my brother Kenneth Walker. He is the artist and spoken word artist coming out with his own album later this year entitled Throwing Paper. And he is here because we are doing a special feature talking about he's K Pawpaw. He- so come this Tuesday, he's going to be a grandfather, so he'll be K Papa. Oh, okay. See, Natalie
That's
says
so
one
not.
word, Grease, and I guess that is the best musical in her opinion.
Grease
Everybody knows.
2 Grease 2 is way better than Grease the first Grease. Grease 2 is way better. Rewatch them back to back and you will see how Grease 2
Okay, not the
reproduction.
reproduction again. Okay, so in talking with Prince movies and movie music, especially the music of the 80s. Now, I know Graffiti Bridge was actually 1990, so we can't really count that in our playlist tonight, but I do want to give a shout out to Graffiti Bridge because I know
Yes.
it had a lot of good cuts. Do you have a favorite cut from Graffiti Bridge or
Um I'm trying to think because I like so many things on graffiti. You got to understand, Graffiti Bridge had Tevin Campbell, Mavis Staples, George
Round and
Clinton.
Round? Yeah.
You had a lot of songs with Rosie Gaines in it. Round and Round. I do
Well,
Elephants and Flowers
Elephants and Flowers. Eh,
from Graffiti Bridge.
I wanted
Elephants
to
and Flowers. I don't know if there's a video for that, but
I
Elephants
like,
and Flowers.
New Power Generation and Melody Cole,
The New
and
Power Generation.
you mentioned Tevin Campbell, and earlier on the show, we were talking about Prince and, seeing that concert with Sheila E. opening for him and the glow in the dark drumsticks, but whether it was Sheila E., whether it was, Wendy and Lisa, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, just all the people, Sheena Easton, just all the different people that Prince has collaborated with throughout the years. Do you have a favorite collaboration or a favorite, I guess, Prince protege? We knew he had.
I think Prince, and I have just about every Prince CD there is, and I've heard just about every collaboration there is with Prince. Um, and I'm sure there's some I haven't heard yet. There's an artist. Oh my God, what is her name? There's an artist on my Spotify, and I listen to her a lot. And I can't remember what her name is, but in a song he has on one of his last albums, Mr. Nelson, she's the one doing the talking on that, and she's very good. I love his collaboration. I mentioned it earlier with Chuck D and Raven, Fantastic Undisputed. That was an awesome collaboration because you had Prince with someone like Chuck D, who was a hip hop star, and it was just wow. So, because Prince was that guy, man, he could do any form of music he wanted to do. If he wanted to do rock, he wanted to do funk, he wanted to do soul, he could do it all. And Graffiti Bridge, there's a song at the end of it called Still the Test of Time, and he's going more gospel with it. So he could do a lot of things. And later on in Prince, after he teamed up with Larry Graham, and after he went to Jehovah Witness and really got into religion, because if you ever listen to Prince's songs, even from the beginning of his career, there's always a mention of religion and God in Prince's songs. As even as dirty as he was, there was always mention of God. Like in Controversy, you heard in Controversy, he does, Psalms 23 in Controversy. So you always mention, there's always a mention of God in a lot of his songs. And towards later, he did a lot of songs that mention God. He had a song on his 3121 album, two songs, one called The Word and one called Beautiful, Loved, and Blessed, which are both like very religious based songs. So this is a man who could do everything, collaborate with a lot of people. Even on that song, Beautiful, Loved, and Blessed, that might be another one. I can't remember the artist he's singing with, but that might be another one of my favorite collaborations with Prince.
Okay, awesome. I know one of the collaborations I really liked a lot, and you have to excuse me. I'm trying to type in this link so that we can, yeah, so that I can bring it up on the screen in just a minute, because Bruce shared a link with us, and if you go to that link, let me see if I can do a share screen real quick and pull it up here. Uh, if I can get that share screen going. I don't know. Hopefully, if you're seeing this, you can see
You get
that.
to block me out to do it or what?
I think I do, and I don't know whether I was successful at doing that or not. But seems like Bruce shared. Val Kilmer is the best Batman. He might be your Huckleberry, but
Ah, there you
Michael
go.
Keaton is the best Batman. There you go, the definitive answer on Batman for sure. I
Um,
thought I got the screen share up. Hopefully, oh wait, you know what? Ah, let me get the right tab and oh yes, okay, here we go. Now I can do the share. There it is. Hello, we're learning how to stream. Can you see that?
I can see it a little bit. I got to get a little closer.
Here, let's
Uh,
zoom it.
yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. That is
We'll
not
zo
right. No,
we'll zoom it.
that is
Now
not
can
right
you
at all.
see
That's
it?
not, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I don't want to see it no more.
Uh, alright. That was well done. Well done, Bruce Roberts, king of meme,
Yeah,
king of meme.
yeah.
Well done.
Well,
Natalie says that was perfect. Perfect. The meme king strikes again. That is excellent. Well, listen, it is 9:30. This has been so awesome. I thank all of you guys for tuning in. And Kenny, thank you so much because I know if I'm talking to
that's
Prince,
our
huh?
time.
Yeah, we've been
We
at
done.
this for an hour, dude. I mean, we got life to live. Hey,
I don't have.
listen,
I'm on quarantine. I don't have a life.
I hear
I'm
you.
on.
I hear you.
I'm on quarantine.
I know we're
I
on
don't have one.
quarantine. We don't have a life, so this is what we do.
This is. I've been looking forward to this all week. This is the highlight of my week.
Oh my
You know,
god.
I was going to sit on here and talk about Prince.
Oh,
Mm.
Natalie, you and me both missing some
Have,
Bruce
have my
Roberts.
little whiskey drink and talk to my sister here.
Oh, uh, it,
But
it, has- it has
um,
been a blast. You know, we were talking collaborations because the last song I wanted to play was kind of like an extra Prince song. He was not in the movie, and we talked about this, I think, in week 3 of Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. And that was a movie called Crush Groove that actually starred Sheila E. But in that movie,
oh
she performed
yes,
a
yes.
song called A Love Bazaar, which she did with Prince. And
No, yeah, but
I actually heard it on the Prince channel earlier today, listening on Sirius XM. They're running a Prince
I wish I
channel,
had that
channel
that service. I don't
30.
have that service.
They actually had a version that was done by George Clinton of P Funk
Really.
Play. Yes, him doing a
But
Love Bazaar.
I think the best collaboration of Sheila E. and Prince was actually Erotic City.
Yeah, I do like Erotic City. You're right.
I think
But
Erotic City is like
oh, you know what?
um
That might be the song. That might be the George Clinton song. Yes, it was
I
Erotic
can see George
City.
Clinton doing Erotic City. I can
Yes,
see
it
all
was.
about purple night. I've been looking for a thing that was gonna be my wife. That was my intention, babe. If we cannot make babies, maybe we can make some time. That's a pretty you and me. Erotic City. How about that?
Okay. On that note, hey, listen, Kenny, thank you so much for coming on the stream, for being a part of
Thank you
Kathy's
for having
Infinite
me.
80s movie music playlist every
Thank you
Saturday
for
night.
having me. I had a blast.
It has been a
I had
blast.
a, yes,
And I
a really fun.
appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming on, talking Prince, uh, eating your dinner, and drinking your drink. And I
I'm going to eat
appreciate
some more when I get off. Those stuffed shells that Justine made. My daughter Justine made stuffed shells and dropped them off for me because she does my shopping for me now since I'm
oh, nice.
quarantined and my kids don't want me going out.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we leave, shout out Carol, Carol Chandler Miller in the
Carol,
house.
Carol,
Hey, long side
Carol,
representing.
Carol, long side, long side, long side. You're
Oh,
from
we're
the
just on
side,
here being
baby.
silly. Nothing much to miss. But we thank you all for being here. Um, I'm Kathy Walker with my co-host tonight, Kenny Walker. I don't know. I might have to have him back because it does
You
seem a
can have
lot
me back
fun.
anytime you want.
It does-
Look, I'm a single guy, and I really don't do anything on Saturday nights.
so since we're all
It's a
quarantined,
sad thing. No, the quarantine has nothing to do with me not having a date on Saturday night. I'm sorry. Ah, whew.
oh no, hopefully this and again, since everybody is home, everybody is streaming, everybody's online. So I know I can't attest to the stream strength. It's kind of going in and out and a little spotty, but we try to do the best we can. Once again, this is
Well,
Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music
it's
playlist.
like
Th- uh, I'm trying to
but
wrap up and you just keep going. Go ahead. What up?
I'm sorry. I was gonna shout out to it looks like Tony, our old next door neighbor, is on there also.
Oh,
You
awesome.
remember Tony?
Yeah.
He's on there also. Looks like he's listening. So hey, what's up, buddy?
All right.
Um, Bruce Coles is on there. You remember Bruce?
How can you see everybody that's on? I can't see everybody that's
I'm,
on.
I'm because I'm looking at I care about our listeners.
Oh, snap. I care, but I'm in this stream
Bruce is,
yard and I
Bruce is
can't
on the
see.
Bruce is on there because he wanted you to stay on topic because I keep going off a topic. So I think I'm making Bruce kind of Bruce is one of my oldest friends, and I think he is my oldest friend actually, and I think I'm pissing him off because I keep going off topic. So he might not even be listening right now, but he was on there. He was on there. I was too busy trying to be funny, and Mom always told me I wasn't never funny. I'm just funny looking, but it is what it is.
All right. Well,
I think
shout out to the folks listening because I see some of my Statesville High peeps are out there listening. Tracy Fox. I know we talked a lot of Batman. We didn't talk enough Wonder Woman, but again, that's for another show. but
I don't know. Well, Linda Carter Wonder Woman was in the '70s. There's no music for it really.
okay, don't go
Oh, you
there.
know what you could do? You know
What
what
could
you
I
could
do?
do?
hmm I'm up for
Super
ideas. What?
women movie songs from women in the '80s.
Okay, you got it. Next week, we feature women, the voice of women from the 80s. So, the wonderful women of the 80s on Kathy's Infinite
And you
80s
can play,
movie
and now
music
you can play
playlist.
some more Irene Cara.
Of course. You know what? Because I never got to out here on my own. So, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. We will see you next Saturday night, 8:30, Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe, give us a like. If you're on Facebook, we love you. We'll see you next Saturday. Give us a like. We'll be here. Questions and comments, put them in the comment box and we will answer them because we know everything 80s movie music. Catch the whole list of all the songs we feature and talk about on Spotify, and we will see you next week on the playlist. Peace.
Positive peace.
Positive peace.